Is your patio sorted out, by the way, now? Because I know didn't you have a massive spider problem out there?
Oh no, there's still loads of spiders there, but they stay there, so
Okay.
that's fine.
That's cool.
If they don't bother me, I won't stamp on them.
No, that's fair enough. That's fair enough. And more spiders means less flies. That's
It
how they
does.
pay their rent.
Although a couple of summers ago, I've got to tell this story. I had a nasty little wound on my leg. It was like a lump, and it had 2 little holes in it, and it was sort of oozing clear liquid.
Vampires.
And it was like that. It was like a tiny vampire. And Janet and I, my wife, were on holiday in France, and I went to the pharmacy and showed and said,
I think I know where this is going. I'm bracing myself mentally.
Avez-vous quelque chose pour ça? And my French wasn't that good at the time, but I understood the word araignée, which means spider. There's a spider bite, so she gave me some cream for it. And my wife was looking a bit sort of horrified by this, that I had a wound from a spider. And so I just said to her, just testing the water, I said, so what would you do if this burst open and lots of little baby spiders came scurrying out? And she just looked straight at me and she said, that would be the end of our marriage. I would not let you in the house again. You would certainly not get in my bed again. That'll be it. It'll be over. You'd never see me again. So good, because you being full of spiders is grounds for divorce.
I mean, it's a pretty valid reason. If I'm the judge, I'm granting that. I'm sorry, Neil.
You're with her, they say.
Yeah. So is did Janet have a fear of spiders then? Is that it?
She has a dreadful fear of spiders. Yeah.
Fair enough. Fair enough. I don't think I have a fear of spiders, but I definitely do have something of an aversion. It's the eyes. They weird me out.
It's when they start moving. As long as they don't move, it's fine. But
if they sit in the corner, if I can see them and they sit in the corner, that's fine. If I see them and I look away and they're gone, that's less fine, but it's still fine.
No.
If I look at them and they move whilst I'm looking at them, that's when we have a problem.
I don't mind them. I always had a fear of spiders, but then I went to an exhibit at the Natural History Museum in Los Angeles, and they had like a spider thing, and we went thinking it would just be loads of spiders in cases in like glass. What do you call them? But it wasn't. It was just a big like mesh greenhouse where they were just there,
and you were there too.
Yeah, and you just walked around, and there was just like big fuck off spiders in webs and loads of different kinds and stuff. And then it kind of just got me over it. I remember when I got back from my holiday, I was sat on my back step having a cigarette, and a big fucking spider came right past me, and before I would have been like, oh fuck, and I just sort of looked at him and went, you're not a spider.
You just like
call that a spider?
Yeah.
This is a spider.
Actually, that was very appropriate for Australian.
Oh yeah.
Although in Australia, a spider can actually kill you, so
Yeah.
that's something to be bothered about.
Yeah. I just have this little mental image of like post spider experience Darren being sat on his step with a cigarette. The spider sort of walks up. Darren looks at the spider, goes, all right, mate. Do a drag, offers it a cigarette. The spider takes a drag and just carries on with its day, a bit happier than it was before. Welcome back, listeners, to Tales from the 20 Side, a Pathfinder 2nd Edition Let's Play podcast where there are absolutely no spiders involved that we know of.
Yet.
Sure.
My name is Dom, and I'm your games master for this game and for many others. And I'm joined by Stu.
Hello.
I'm joined by Neil.
Hello.
I'm joined by Darren.
Hello.
And I'm joined by Amy.
Hello.
I'm still not used to your just like using our first name only.
Yeah, I don't.
It's like Stuart. I'm waiting for the rest of it.
I just figured. I don't really know why I started doing it. I was like
lazy.
That too. Probably that.
I don't want to say too many words.
That's it. If I reduce you guys to first names only, I'm halving the words I need to put to you. That's great.
Except you've just used an awful lot of words to explain all this to us.
Yes, but it was a one-off.
Potato.
Yeah, but that's now the next 100 episodes worth of words saved.
Oh dear, how is everyone? We feeling good after our little bake-off?
Oh
yeah, a little bit bloated now because I've not been doing a lot of bread and carbs and stuff, and I've just had a lot of bread and two brownies.
two incredible brownies as well.
You can't be bloated. You're the monk. You've got to be agile.
Well, my character's the monk. I've just got to sit here on my fat ass.
Those dice won't roll themselves.
Okay, so yeah, we were all in this nice sort of post food days, it seems. So, without talking too much, shall we just jump straight back into the game?
Yeah.
Unless anyone's got anything they want to say.
Hello, listeners. Oh, actually, yeah, there is one thing. As we're recording today, now this is like weeks and weeks and weeks ago when you're listening to this, but happy birthday, Dan Thompson.
Yes, happy birthday, Dan Thompson.
Happy birthday, Dan. I sent you a note.
We would sing happy birthday, but those of you who saw our special on Twitch know exactly how that sounded, and we're
but
not
we
doing
can
it again.
sync up now because we're all in the same room.
That's true.
So we don't have to rely on lag. I do not want to sing though. I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying we could. If
Then
you
why are you
wanted to.
trying to promote the idea?
Well, Dan,
Just go with it won't work.
Dan, I would have sent you a birthday card, but I don't know where you live. So here's the dilemma for you. Do you want to receive a card, or do you, but with that comes that you know that I know where you live?
Yeah. I would have sent you a birthday card, Dan, but I'm shit. I don't do things like that.
You and me both, Stu. You and me both. Yeah. I don't really do cards. I mean, I'll do a card for like my mum or whatever, but other people, you're probably not getting a card.
Catherine's lucky if I remember to send her a card for her birthday.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't forget her birthday though, do you?
No. I just forget cards. It's something about
fine.
cards. I forget cards.
I mean, it's a waste of tree, really.
I'll get to like Christmas Day and it's like, oh shit, yeah, I ought to get some Christmas cards.
I have a mania for cards, and I have a little calendar in my toilet, so I can sit there and see whose birthdays are coming up. Mm-hmm. And what I do, I'll save weird images from social media, artworks and whatever, and I use an app, and I'll put one of those on an app. So
I've had some amazing cards from you over the years, mate.
Oh, that's
cool.
why,
yeah, and I do.
Making your own.
Yeah, and sometimes I do it up to a year in advance.
Wow.
So if something happens to me, you'll get a birthday card from beyond the grave.
Okay.
That's
That'll freak me
curious
out.
and morbid. And I like
I like the idea. Yeah.
No, it's
I'm
nice.
I'm still in the post.
It's
I'm
nice.
still alive in the.
You're still in the Royal Mail postal system.
Yeah, you're not dead till your name is no longer mentioned.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. And I suppose, given the way that Royal Mail have a habit of losing mail, you could exist for a very long time after you're gone.
Yeah.
In the dead letters office. Which is the thing.
It is.
Is
There
it
is
really?
only one location where you're allowed to open someone else's post lawfully, so they can send it back to you. Yeah, that's why you put a return address on the envelope, so they don't have to send it there to open it up to find out where it needs to go.
What is the appropriate amount of time you can have a card before you put it in the bin? Because if I ever get Christmas cards or birthday cards, I tend to open them, read them, and then just put them straight in the bin.
83 years.
Because what else am I going to do with it?
Well,
I'll say
Unless it's a particularly good card,
yeah.
then I'll put it in a drawer.
Well, what my parents used to do was save all the Christmas cards, and we put them up every year because we didn't get many Christmas cards, so it made it look like we had
got
lots
loads,
of friends.
yeah.
Because we had all these Christmas cards over like decades.
I remember one time my friend Tony decided to just leave his Christmas decorations up all year, and I was in his flat in the summertime, and the sunlight was coming through the window, and all these dust motes, and there's just all these dusty paper chains and dusty Christmas cards. It was really depressing.
It sounds it. Sounds it. My next door neighbour when I still lived in Swindon, when I was sort of very, very young, her name was Barbara. She was from Newcastle. She were proper Geordie like.
Newcastle, like, aye, scanny.
Proper Geordie. But she was really, really, really into Christmas. Like, she always went full out. You know, what kind of when you go down a street at Christmas time and there's that one house that's all lit up. That was Barbara's house on our street. Lovely woman. She used to babysit me sort of when I was much, much younger, and basically towards before she's not very well now. I'm not entirely sure what she's up to, but before she left Swindon to move back up north, she really wasn't very, very well. And there was one particular year, like the year right before she left, where she, as you said, Neil, she left all her Christmas decorations up, and there was something very profoundly sad about that. I thought, but But there we go.
Yeah.
Take your decorations down, people. You're just depressing us.
I don't put any up.
There you go. That's the easy way to solve it, isn't it?
Yeah, I have a 2-foot tree that's like got LED lights on it, and that goes up, and that's it. That's my entire. But I mean, well, Neil will relate to this. When you work in the industry as a seasonally significant character at that time of year, you've fucking had enough of Christmas.
Do you know, my favourite time of the year, it always was that time between Christmas Day and New Year's Day, where it was all kind of quiet. When I had an office job, you go into work and none of the bosses would be there. They'd all be off with their families, and there wasn't much doing. And you'd bake coffee and you'd chat, and you actually get stuff done, but with no pressure. And I remember once asking someone, "What was that period of the year called between Christmas and New Year?" Apparently, it's called Christmas.
Okay. Didn't know that. Fair enough.
Well, isn't it like? Oh no, not Wenceslas time. It's there is an official name for it. That's not Christmas. Like
The day after
Feast of St.
Christmas?
Stephen's or something. I don't know.
Boxing Day?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
Well, in some countries, they just call it Second Christmas Day.
Yes.
And it lasts for a whole week.
Second
It lasts for a whole
breakfast.
Yeah, and it lasts until the New Year.
We've had one Christmas, yes, but what about second Christmas?
See, if we were on Zoom, I'd be there on Google searching this, but I'm like tapping away at my table.
And it's not doing anything.
It's paper.
My
paper in
favourite
front of
thing
me.
about Christmas is seeing which newspapers each year start banging on about how you can't say Merry Christmas anymore.
Oh.
And they're trying to cancel Christmas.
Oh, well, before that, we've got you can't wear a poppy anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've got to have that first.
Yeah, that's true. That's first. And then the Easters. They're trying to ban Easter eggs because it doesn't say Happy Easter on the Easter eggs anymore because of the Muslims. Fuck off.
It's bullshit. And do you know what? The poppy one really fucking gets my goat because so many Muslims fought for us in World War II, and so many Muslims actually sell poppies. So anyone who thinks that they're banning poppies because of Muslims, you can fuck off.
You are
and
Well, and also on the other side of it, when you see a TV presenter, especially on the BBC, they're all wearing a poppy because they're made to. So if you're wearing something because you've been told it's a contractual obligation, it means nothing.
Yeah, it becomes a token rather than...
It's a token. Yeah.
So the time after Christmas, at least for Christians, is called the Epiphany season.
That's it.
That's when you realise something.
Amy's just had an epiphany.
I did. I was like, I've got a phone. I can Google shit.
I have the breadth and depth of human knowledge at my fingertips. I can find this
Can you
out.
see if they've cancelled Christmas this year?
No, there's
Is
two
it-
Christmas
is
this
it
year,
illegal
just
yet?
to spite you, Darren.
Amazing.
That-
Cool.
Is, to be honest, why I look forward to seeing it in the newspapers to see if they actually have cancelled it. So I don't have to fucking deal with it.
Well, at the moment, there's speculation as to whether Boris Johnson will cancel Christmas.
Yeah.
Oh,
That'll lock us all down.
Last year.
Too late.
Speaking of
Yeah.
Well, before we go down too much of a festive rabbit hole, I think we should probably get back into our game. Folks.
I'll just add one thing and say
Fuck's
Christmas
sake.
hasn't been cancelled because I've got my festive job again this year.
Hey.
Well, I've got my festive job, but it's subject to there being no lockdown
Right, okay. Cool.
because it's face to
Oh
face.
yeah, you're doing an in-person
I'm doing
one,
a
aren't you?
live
I'm
thing,
not. I'm doing it through a screen. Yeah.
Fair enough.
Right. Now you may continue, Dom.
Thank you. Carry on. I didn't need your permission, Stu. I was just allowing you to speak a bit longer. But anyway, so bringing ourselves back into our game, our adventurers, Olwyn Templeton, Brother Amos, Otto von Niederschläger, and Della Thornbury, are making their way through the Howlings District of Whitethrone, sort of delivering a delivery, interestingly enough, of fish to a contact of Ringir Malenkov, who is their guide and relative of their friend Nadia Petska. They managed to defuse a situation in which they've been ambushed by some goblins calling themselves the Back Alley Boys. They were ambushed in the back alley by the Back Alley Boys. Got him. They were ambushed by these goblins who demanded that they leave their fish and flee. However, with some quick thinking from Della and some magical persuasion from Otto, they managed to defuse the situation without any bloodshed, much to everyone's surprise, including the DMs. They then
and quite visible disappointment from the DM.
The party continued through the streets of the Howlings, pulling this cartfish in tow, and just as they rounded one final corner, where Ringgear had told them that they would be delivering their fish, they spotted a tall robed figure wielding a golden sword and with sort of bare feet on the snow. This creature was kind of stood just off the road, seemed to be looking for something, but not anything in particular. And Ringgear informed the party that this was one of the Mirror Men, a constructed spy of Queen Elvana, and absolutely loyal. Through some quick thinking, the party decided to take cover inside a nearby house, where they evaded the gaze of the Mirror Man for just long enough for it to pass them by. And as they step back into the street, you can see that Ringgear indicates a house kind of at the far end of this boulevard, and he tells you that this is where you are delivering your fish to. And so that is where we bring ourselves back in, folks. Is there anything anyone would like to do before I continue your narration?
I'll tell you what, I fancy one of those swords. This golden sword that the Mirror Man had.
Didn't he take it with him?
Yeah, yes, but if we end up...
So, you want to take it off him?
You want to go find the scary mirror?
No. I'm saying that if we end up sort of facing one again and he ends up losing it, then it'd be very nice to have.
Maybe you'll end up with having one thrust through your
quite
chest.
A thing. You never know. Yes.
And then you can appreciate it.
Yes, I'll say. All the glisters and all that. Yes. Okay.
All right. So you continue putting this handcart along. Obviously, Olwen at the front, assisting Ringgear with it, and the rest of the group kind of drifting loosely behind, but close enough so that if anything happens to it, there's enough of you in place. And as you pull the cart along this thoroughfare, a Ringgear sort of motions for you to pull it off, to pull the cart off to one side, and he goes up and he knocks on the door of this house. You see, he sort of knocks in. He knocks three times, waits a second, then knocks once more, then waits a second, then knocks a further twice. And after a short time, you hear the creak and the click of a key in the lock as the door swings open, and you see standing there. There is a middle-aged elven woman, sort of dark hair in a braid, and her and Ringgear have a conversation. You hear Ringgear say, "Oh, Oleana, yes, good to see you. Sorry, I'm sorry we're a bit late. We had a little bit of a delay, but as you can see, I've managed to get hold of the fish you were after for the district." And you see this woman. She leans out of the doorway, gives a nod in the direction of all of you, she sort of turns back inside the house, and a moment later you see three sort of relatively young children, sort of perhaps 9 or 10 years old, sort of come out and start taking fish off the cart. Ringgear sort of turns back to you all, and he says, "All right. Well, the delivery is made. Oleana here is going to make sure that this food gets to where it's needed in the district. I suggest you grab your things, and then we will go to see Digby."
Yeah.
Okay.
I think my rapier is in there.
It is. So, in terms of the stuff that was stowed, it would have been any weapon larger than a dagger, although I think, Brother Amos, you elected to keep your staff because you could pass it off as a walking stick, and any medium or heavy armour. So your hide armour, Olwen, would have been concealed in there. So
Oh, what about Chardonnays?
they weren't bothered about Chardonnays.
Okay. That would stand out even
Is
more.
Chardonnay armoured?
Yes.
Oh.
And actually thinking about it, Chardonnay's barding it was made of wicker, wasn't it? So I
Yes.
think that's going to be light barding rather than medium.
Right, okay.
So Chardonnay's okay.
Okay. Yes,
A
Chardonnay
wicker
is.
dog.
A wicker
Yes.
dog.
Ah, okay.
Wicker man's best friend.
Yeah.
But yeah, so you watch as this woman and her children start pulling fish off the cart, and you see the children immediately start scurrying off in different directions around the district, presumably to deliver this food to wherever it's going to. You retrieve your gear, and Ringgear sort of says, "All right then, I think we are ready to get you over to Digby. Now that you are openly displaying your weapons, just be mindful that you are. There is now a chance that we might get stopped if any winter guard are in the area. They're not usually. The winter wolves are usually left to govern their own affairs. But just in case."
I'm sure it will be fine because we're always lucky like that, aren't we?
Why
Ruined it
didn't
now.
we take the fish to Digby first, get the paperwork, and then bring the fish back here?
I don't know. You didn't suggest that as a thing. I only thought to do this first.
I don't think Ringer's as sharp as tool in the shed.
Don't think he is.
No.
And also, let's be honest. It looks a little bit suspicious if you see people walking with a cart of fish from one end of the Howlings to the other.
Does it? Okay.
Yes, because you when you're taking something like this anywhere, surely you want to get it where it's supposed to go first, rather than going into a place, going to one end with it, and then going to the other end with it. You see what I mean?
Okay.
Yes, but
okay.
it's our cover, it's our disguise. It's not really meant to go anywhere. We don't care what happens to it. And it's a bonus that they get some fish at the end.
I care. This fish is vital to the people who live here.
Oh yes, yes.
Yes, they would have got it in the end, but
Yes. Could have said, "Oh no, we tried delivering it to the wrong place. Oh look, now we have to traipse all the way back."
so when we die at the hands of the Mirrormen on the streets on the way to Digby's house, we say, "Well, at least they got their fish."
That's not going to happen. That was a chance encounter. I don't think that there will be any more of them around.
Yes, of course there won't.
And as we've delivered fish now, and of course because all our gear now smells of fish,
Well,
I
mine
think
doesn't.
your rapier does.
That's fine.
I think we should definitely now be the fishy friends.
I don't want to have this conversation again.
You mean this is what
I
we
don't
call
want this
ourselves?
conversation again.
We have to have a name.
I'm waiting for someone to come up with a better one.
Well, I was thinking of the Back Alley Boys, but the goblins seem to have taken
Yeah.
it. Goblin.
I like that one. I prefer that one.
We don't go on
Yeah, I
back
prefer
alleys. That well, I mean, not all of us. Anyway, no, moving swiftly on. Anyway,
All right.
So where's Digby's?
It's not far. We
This
want
is over there. Across the street.
it shouldn't be more than perhaps 10 minutes walk. But come on, let's go.
Let's go. I don't see what could possibly go wrong.
oh, Otto, here's
Yes.
your dagger back. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome.
See, I've returned. Returning dagger.
You make such good jokes. I'll lend you something else just to hear your witticisms about it.
Here's some fire.
I don't think you can loan someone fire. That's more of a permanent gift.
There's only one way to find out.
That would be a sick burn.
There we go.
Oh.
All right. So
I didn't get that one.
I'm not a violent man, but you are driving me to
You really are.
I know, it's true. It's true.
Tested Brother Amos in the past.
But I've never killed. No, I have killed somebody for doing that before. Never mind. Carry on.
all right. So you continue. Ringgear leads you sort of away from this place where you've delivered the fish cart to, and you start making your way kind of back, retracing your steps to some extent back through the same route you passed through to get here. Kind of as you're walking through, you'll be glad to know you see no sign of the Mirror Man you had previously encountered in this area. And kind of as you make your way back into the main thoroughfare, you come back into kind of the main general hustle and bustle of the Howlings District. You can see people going about their business. Some quite a lot now, as you kind of really take time to look around. There are quite a lot of sort of very tall looking humans with very pale skin, with sort of piercing blue eyes and sort of vibrant white hair styled into varying styles. Much the same as Marcian had done when you encountered him in the fish camps. But once again, none of them really seem to pay you any mind. You get a couple of sideways glances, but for the most part, you seem to be beneath the notice of these creatures for the time being. And you sort of turn back towards the south, sort of towards the. If you kind of think of the city on a compass point, you're heading roughly back towards the cliff edge. Obviously, the cliff edge itself is nowhere in sight at the moment for the glacier lake. But you continue through district, and as you're rounding a corner, Olwyn, could you make a reflex save for me, please?
Oh, sure.
Potholes.
Buttholes?
Potholes.
Potholes.
It's against the
What did
spell.
you think of
This is
them?
not against the spell.
Okay. Oh, natural 20 for 31.
There you go. Okay, so Olwyn, as you're proceeding along, sort of Chardonnay by one side, Ringgear sort of leading the way, stood next to you. You hear something. You hear the sound. You hear the sound of hurried footsteps, kind of coming from just around the corner on your right, and you hear this kind of with enough time that you kind of come around the corner and you see that there is a human male, sort of dressed in sort of standard commoner's clothing, almost like that of a labourer. Just seems to be running absolute bat out of hell, hellbent for leather. Around this corner, isn't looking where he's going at all, and as you kind of hear him coming, you step out and you're able to catch him before he collides with you fully.
Oh, you're right there, chap.
My master's in a rage.
Okay.
And kind of as he says this, Olwyn, you look behind him and you hear the sound of more footsteps pursuing from around a corner, and a second or two later you can see that kind of skidding through the snow itself, there is a large four-legged white form of a winter wolf bearing down on all of you.
Shit.
And kind of as the winter wolf sort of skids around the corner, he sees all of you. He sees this man, kind of just still. Olwyn, you're still kind of holding him up at this point. He's very out of breath and stuff. But the wolf sort of looks at all of you and stops, and you hear in a snarling voice, "Get away from my slave."
Yes, apologies. We just sort of bumped into each other. Is it for sale by any chance?
He's thinking about it, I think.
This one's more trouble than he's worth.
Oh, so
How much you offering?
Well, we're quite new to the area, so
How much are you offering?
I can give you a how about 5 platinum?
Give me a diplomacy roll, Olwyn.
I thought you were going to say 5 fish.
No, we don't have the fish anymore.
Just the smell.
And with a natural 1, I am using my hero point.
All right.
Oh, a natural 20!
Oh,
Yay! 23.
What's the total?
23.
23 for the total. There we go. So kind of as you say this, you can see that this winter wolf clearly angry, clearly enraged, was about to kind of leap towards, or perhaps even just blast all of you with a blast of its frigid breath like you'd seen before. And you watch as the creature in front of you sort of stops, looks around at all of you, looks at the slave, breathes for a second, and you see his wolfish features kind of return to that of a man, and the winter wolf sort of basically returned to human form, and walks towards you, Olwyn. All right, 5 platinum, and he puts a hand out.
Okay, yeah, I'll get 5 platinum out and hand them over.
Okay, yeah.
Is that what have you given him a name? Is he?
He's got his own name.
Okay.
He's your property now. He can tell you it.
Okay, yeah, that's perfectly reasonable. Pleasure doing business. We could use another set of strong arms, so quite fortuitous. Absolute pleasure meeting you. Ollie will put his hand out to shake.
The winter wolf does not shake your hand.
Okay.
He glares at your hand for a moment. Still, Yagi think there are equals. Get out of here.
Right you are. Come along, chap.
Yeah. So
Start moving.
as the winter wolf, now in human form, sort of steps away from you, and sort of rounds a corner and disappears. The man who you kind of caught as you came around the corner, you see he's still kind of catching his breath for a second, and he sort of looks at you and he says, huh. "Well, thank you, sir. I didn't expect that at all. Most folk around here would have left me to whatever Corgin was going to do to me."
And your name is?
My name, I'm Yoren.
Yoren. Hello, Yoren. I'm Alwyn. This is Amos. My brother Amos. This is Otto.
Your name is Yoren, you say?
Yoren.
Yoren. Are you sure that's right? Yoren?
It's my name. I think I know my name, sir. Thank you. Me no disrespect.
I am Otto.
And that's Stella. Odd reaction. And the furry one is Chardonnay. Poor Chardonnay. Chardonnay hands paw.
Yeah, there we go. Yes, Yoren's my name. You seem a bit confused by that, sir. Is there a reason?
No, it just struck me as odd.
Is it?
But I'm not from round here, so I wanted to make sure I had it right.
All right.
Okay.
Sorry, Master Dwarf. I'm a bit on edge at the moment, as you might be able to tell. I think Master Corgin was probably going to kill me.
What did you do?
I didn't do much. I was working in his house like I have done for ages, and there was something up with him. Like he always has his moods, but today I think what I was doing, I was clearing away his dishes from his dinner, and I dropped a spoon. That's all it was. That's all that set him off.
Was it his favourite spoon?
Possibly. I don't know.
Did it break the spoon?
It didn't break the spoon, but it made a right clatter on the ground, and it was that clatter what set him off into a rage.
Yes, doing sound recording, I fucking hate things clattering to the floor.
Good time.
All right, well.
Well,
Seems a bit extreme, but okay.
Well, I suppose, sirs, you've paid for me. I'm your property now. What do you want to do with me?
Well, let's get to where we're going, and then we'll talk about that.
All right. And okay.
Here and now is not the place.
All right. So I'll just follow your lead, shall I, sir?
Well, yeah. Don't need to call me sir. Just Alwyn will do. But we'll just come along, and it'll be fine. Trust me, it'll be fine.
As you please, sir.
No, not sir. Alwyn.
Sorry, Alwyn, sir. It's
No, not Alwyn, sir. Alwyn.
It's a habit, as you might have guessed.
I totally understand, but Yorin, I'm not your better.
You are, sir. You're my owner.
Not
You've just paid for me.
Yoran. Or not?
Yoran.
Yoran.
Yes.
Yoran.
Yes. Yoran.
That's what I said. Yorin.
You're saying Yorin.
No, you're in. No, that's
Like
taking.
Yorin. Yes, that's what I
You're
want
taking
to-
the piss now.
Remember, Yorin hasn't come with very good references.
Yorin.
I believe Corgan's exact words were more trouble than his words.
Well, let's
So-
look. We're out in the street at the moment. It's not where we want to be. Let's keep going. Right, come on, Rinker, show us the way.
You can call me sir anytime you like.
Quiet, slave.
Yes.
Della, get your slave under control.
All right.
Spank me.
So you. Okay. So as you continue, Ringgear continues you along through. Fuck's sake.
Oh, Darren. Quick, before the back alley boys come back.
There we go. That's all we need. Ringgear continues to lead you through this section of the district. He sort of says, "Well, that was nicely handled, my friend. How deep are your coin pockets? You're spending a lot of gold here today."
I know, not that deep.
All right, that's well. Just be careful. If you start throwing money around like that too much, people might start to think you're a target. If you know what I mean.
I understand. Yes. Well, let's get our papers, and then we won't seem like a target.
That's a good idea. All right, let's go. So Ringgear continues to lead you through, and he says to you, "We're not far away from Digby's place now. I should warn you, he's a little bit he's a little bit jumpy. He might not be he might be a little bit slow to trust you all. You see, many years ago he was a guest of the Queen, if you know what I mean, and that experience has left its mark on him a little bit. So if he seems unfriendly, I promise you it's nothing personal."
Oh, he was tortured.
Yes, that is what I'm saying.
Right.
You don't have to speak in euphemisms to us.
It's better if you don't.
I take things very literally sometimes.
Fair enough. All right. Well, as I say, we are not far away. We'll get you your papers, and then I'll take you on to meet Solvig in the city proper. So come this way. And Ringgear starts to lead you down thoroughfare, and as you kind of turn into this street, you hear the sounds of a commotion coming from up ahead. You can see that ahead of you, in like this sort of main square area, there is what looks to be a tavern or an ale house or something, just like on the right hand side. Outside of it, there are two of these sort of tall, white-haired, blue-eyed, human-looking individuals. There's one male, one female. They both look sort of battered and bruised, as though they've been having a fight of some kind. And sort of towering next to them, having seemingly some kind of disagreement, you can see that there are two towering creatures, which actually look very similar to things you fought before. You would recognise these as ice trolls, and you can see that they are decked in blue and silver armour, which bears the crest of the city of Whitethrone itself. And Ringgear sort of points them out to you, and he says, "Oh, watch out! Looks like we've got a little bit of a disagreement. Those two trolls, they are members of the Winter Guard, and it looks like they're having some disagreement with those two wolves. they like to challenge each other's authority in the Howlings a lot. We should be okay, but let's get inside. Digby's place is just over there, and he points to a small, unassuming-looking building, kind of tucked a little way away from you.
I'm wondering if those trolls might have some exposition for us.
What?
No, never mind. Sorry, I was just going off. But actually, Della, you're very, very sneaky, aren't you?
Do you want me to go have a look?
Well, if you can get close enough to find out what they're arguing about, it might be something we can maybe use in a pinch.
Is there like a little alleyway that I can get sort of near without being seen?
A back street.
A back street alley.
A back alley.
Bye.
Yeah. I mean, there's kind of enough other buildings and general bustle of a town around that you felt like you probably could. Would you like to try and get closer?
Yeah, let's go and eavesdrop.
Let's have a stealth roll then, please, Della.
Oh, stealthy. 30.
30. That's pretty good. So Della, you creep forwards. What's everyone else doing at this moment? Are you waiting, or are you just going to carry on past?
Should we wait?
I think you should
Della
go
can always
in.
catch us up.
Yeah. I mean, I know where it is that you're going, so I can just.
Yeah, it's not far. Like the house that Ringier has indicated is perhaps only 200 feet away from you.
Yeah, probably best you don't make me look.
No, yes, let's keep moving. Split the party. Yes.
Sensible.
Yes.
Will
Always.
you be taking your slave? Will you be taking your slave with you?
No, you make too much noise.
Very well.
There we go. All right. So you can. So the rest of the group, sort of with Ringier and Yoren in tow, you continue. You all kind of walk as a group in the direction of this house, sort of just keeping your heads down, paying no attention to the trolls and the wolves, and kind of just as you kind of get in line with them, Della sort of just drops back a couple of paces and breaks away from the group. So Della, you as you get here, there seems to be just a general dispute going on. From what you can tell, it sounds like the wolves were basically having a drunken brawl in the street, which you learn kind of public drunkenness is a crime, which is good to know. But what you also learn is that the Winter Guard, particularly these trolls, they seem by what you're hearing, it sounds like they're overreaching their authority a little bit. The Winter Wolves are adamant that the trolls are in their district and that they are in charge and they can do what they want. The trolls, for their part, are sort of quite vocally proclaiming that's not the case. They are still in the city of Whitethrone. They are still subject to its laws, and they're basically having this back and forth that's really not going anywhere. It's important to note that kind of as you creep close enough to hear all this, the trolls and the Winter Wolves are so engaged in each other that they don't seem to notice you at all.
Well, that's fortunate.
Okay, and so with that in mind, are you creeping back to rejoin the party?
Yeah, I don't think there's anything that useful there. I mean, I could pickpocket. Nah, I'll leave them be. Keep a low profile.
All right, so you make your way back to sort of join the group, who you discover are now kind of at the end. So the rest of the group at this point have made it to this doorway that Ringier indicated, and Ringier steps forward, and you see he knocks again, a kind of complicated series of knocks that seems to be a signal. But as he does so, there is no response from inside, and you see he sort of tries the door handle. The door rattles in the lock. He swears to himself, "Oh, Digby, you little shit! Where are you?" And kind of just as Della Della's about halfway back toward the rest of the group at this point. You hear from behind you, Della. You hear a commotion, and you see that the two the two humans with the white hair and the blue eyes, they have assumed their winter wolf forms. You see them kind of snarling at the trolls, and the trolls sort of throw their hands up in like a "all right, fuck it, do what you want" kind of thing, and they turn away from the wolves as the wolves sort of slink off into the district. However, as the trolls turn away from these wolves, they see you standing in the middle of the road. They see the rest of the group outside this house, and they begin to walk towards you. Hey, you! Stop there! As this is called out, Ringear looks to all of you and says, "Oh, for fuck's sake, Digby, what the fuck have you done? Can somebody get this door open?"
Am I close enough to hear that?
Probably not, because he's not shouting out in the street for everyone to hear. But you can see that Ringear is visibly irritated by something, and he does actually look in your direction, Della. You see him saying something, and he kind of ushers you towards him to kind of hurry up a little bit.
Okay, I'll pick up the pace.
Is it possible to do a thievery check to pick the lock without any lockpicks?
No. I mean, unless... what else do you have in your inventory that you could use instead?
My fists.
I could change into a bull and charge the door down.
No. Oh,
Why don't we just see what these trolls want?
I'd like to take the crowbar out
Okay, you just...
to jimmy open the door.
What, right in front of these ice trolls?
How far away are they? I mean,
so-
can I do it surreptitiously or?
So the trolls are perhaps 150 feet away. I'm going to say a crowbar is not a stealthy object. You can't really do that surreptitiously. But yeah, so the trolls are currently about 150 feet away. Della is about 80 feet away.
The white wolves have disappeared.
The white wolves have wandered off into the kind of just into the district itself.
Why don't we just try and talk our way out of the situation?
I have a better idea. Let's all roll initiative, please. Now, again, just because I'm calling for initiative, that does not necessarily mean that this is a combat encounter. You're free to try whatever else you want to do.
On the bridge.
20.
Landers are apart.
14.
27.
So that was 27 for Della,
14.
14 for Orwin,
16.
16 for Amos and Otto.
20.
20, okay. So, acting first, once again, then, is going to be Della. Della, you're currently about 80 feet away. You can see that Ringear is basically motioning for you to kind of get a move on, hurry up and get over to the group.
Okay, I can get over there
Yeah.
with most of my movement, I think.
What's your movement speed?
30, so I can move twice and a bit.
Yeah, so you really you probably have to use all three actions to move and get up to the door.
Yeah, I think that is the best thing for me to do.
Okay, so you kind of rush across the you see Ringear motioning for you. You pick up the pace, sort of just quickening your feet as you do so, and you do find yourself sort of up against the door. And kind of just as you're getting close, Ringear sort of whispers to you. The bastard locked me out. Can you get the door open?
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
Not yet, though.
Not yet.
You gotta wait.
Give it another 6 seconds.
That's it. Got to wait for this arbitrary thing to go ahead. Okay, and Adela's turn. It's Otto.
Do
Do you wish to do anything?
No. What?
Microphone!
No, I don't wish to do anything. I think we'll just wait and see what these trolls want.
We're ready in action.
Well, no, I'll just do it.
We're in rounds.
Yes, I know, but what could I ready? I could turn into a snake, but I think that might be a bit provocative. So I won't ready. There's nothing to ready. I just do it on the spur of the moment.
Okay. I mean, would you like to delay your initiative, Otto, so you act after someone else?
Yes, I would. Yes, I
Yeah.
want to see which way the wind blows.
Okay, so you take the delay action. It basically means at any point when another creature ends their turn, you can say, "I want my turn now."
Right.
So you can choose to do that at any time.
And,
So-
and do my companions count as another creature?
Yes, yes, they do. Yes, they do. So after Otto, you see Otto's kind of just waiting to see what happens. Amos, do you want to do anything?
I'm going to do the same. I'm going to wait and see what happens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just want to delay your initiative. That's
Yeah.
absolutely fine. So after Amos, you see Ringgear sort of pushes his way past you all. Whispers to all of you. I'll stall them. See if you can get the door open. And he strides away from the group back towards the trolls.
Brave.
Okay, Olwyn.
I would like to ready an action to instruct Chardonnay to assist Ringgear if it looks like that's going south.
Yeah. Okay. Absolutely fine. You see the trolls do quicken their own pace, and they sort of walk. They come towards. At this point, they're still about 60 feet away, and they're kind of getting towards meeting Ringgear as they do so. But that's all they're going to do for the moment. You hear them sort of loudly demand from Ringgear, "You papers," which will bring us back round to Della.
Ooh, okay. I'm gonna grab my thieves' tools and try and pick this lock.
Pick that lock, Della.
Yeah.
Let's have a thievery roll.
Alright. Oh, 23.
23. Okay. So kind of as you start picking this lock, it's taking. It is getting there. You can feel the insides of this lock moving. However, it's going to take a little more to do so, and it does actually take 2 actions to pick a lock.
Okay.
So for now, you do have 1 success on picking that lock. It seems to be sort of a decent or at least above average lock. So in the meantime, anything else you want to do on your turn? You've got 1 action left.
I'm gonna curse this lock. God, I thought it'd be easy.
Can't you take another go at picking the lock, see if you can get 2 successes in one turn?
Not if I need 2 actions to do
Yeah,
it.
it's 2 actions to do it, and you can't split activities across turns.
Wouldn't drawing the thieves' tools be the first action anyway? Then
I suppose it
Yeah.
would. You're right.
Yeah.
You're absolutely right.
sorry.
No, no, it's fine. I'm glad.
I'll be muttering under my breath.
That's a free action.
Yeah.
That is definitely a free action. All right. So, Otto and Amos, do you still want to just still wait and see what happens?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. You're going to stay exactly where you are. You see, Ringgear sort of continues talking to these trolls. Sort of starts fumbling in his jacket for some papers of some sort, and you can see that he's deliberately trying to draw this out to buy you guys as much time as he can. And that brings us around to Olwyn.
How far away is Ringgear and the trolls?
So Ringgear is.
Ringgear and the trolls.
So they're both.
Valley Boys. It's like a little festival.
It is, isn't it? So they're both sort of 55, 60 feet away. Ringgear's 55 feet from you. The trolls are kind of just next to him.
Right. I would like to move with Chardonnay so that we are both 25 feet away from. That'd be the trolls that would be that little bit further. I'm guessing Ringgear's like 5 foot closer.
Yes.
Right, so we're 25 feet away from the trolls.
Yeah, you can absolutely do that.
They're kind of sidling
Yeah, that's fine.
as we go.
So that is going to take obviously
2 actions.
2 actions to move and then an action to call Chardonnay to follow along, but that's absolutely fine. Let's see if they notice you. Okay.
I'm not being stealthy, more nonchalant.
Okay. Well, you do see that kind of as you approach, there is one troll that is kind of very almost not in Ringgear's face, but sort of very seems to be the superior of the two, and the second seems to be glancing around. Does see you approach Orwin, and you see its hand just drift to the handle of a club. Doesn't draw it or make any move towards you, but the hand just kind of moves and rests there. Okay, end of Orwin's turn. We're back around to the trolls. You can see that the one who is more superior seems to be getting a bit frustrated.
Papers, human, now! Hurry up! Or I'll run you in for vagrancy.
You can see Ringo is still kind of fumbling with his jacket and stuff. Again, deliberately making a show of kind of trying to take some time. But that will bring us back around to Della.
Oh, hopefully he's buying us enough time. Let's try this lock again. 30.
30, okay. And with that critical success there, Della, you sort of feeling the lock moving the first time. You feel the lock basically. You suddenly can just see exactly how this lock works in your mind. We're going to kind of beautiful mind this a little bit. We go inside Della's head. You see the inside of a lock, and then the pick sort of moving around.
She's got like a really blank face, staring up to one corner, going.
That's it. She closes her eyes for just a second and exhales a deep breath of just kind of knowing that this is about to open. And there is a click as the lock comes free and the door creaks open a little.
All right, I'm going to go in.
Yeah, third action, you can absolutely go inside.
It's open.
There we go. Okay, Otto.
I go inside as well with my mistress.
You go inside. Amos?
Yeah, I'm going to step inside also.
Alright, okay. Ringgear. You see Ringgear sort of hears the door open, looks back over his shoulder, deliberately finds the thing that he was looking for and produces it. You see he holds up a small scroll of paper, which the troll, the more senior troll, takes from him and sort of opens up and begins to read. Olwyn.
Okay, having seen that Ringgear has produced the paper, I'd like to take Chardonnay back and go inside. Because presumably I didn't use like my form movement.
Yeah, no, it's fine.
So yeah, I'll take Chardonnay back and we'll go through the door then.
Absolutely, okay. All right, which brings us around to the trolls. Let's make a roll for them. Okay.
Ringgear and the trolls.
They are supporting for Grindtooth and the Back Alley Boys.
One night only.
For one night only.
And you ran.
Yuran.
Yes.
Fantastic. But yeah, you see the more senior of these two troll guards sort of seems to inspect the scroll that Ringgear's given him for a second, and then rolls it up and thrusts it back into Ringgear's chest with a heavy thud. Ringgear obviously takes a step back to steady himself. And kind of as you all retreat through the door, the second troll that kind of had his hand on his club basically watches you all enter, and you'll hear him growl this sort at Ringgear. You hear him just say, "Lost your key, did you?" And Ringgear just says, "Oh yes, it happens. You see, we've been busy today. Just took a moment to get," and the troll just sort of turns back to him and barks in his face. "Get out of here!" And you see Ringgear turns away from the trolls. They watch him walk towards this house in which you are all now inside. Ringgear steps through the door and closes the door behind him with a click. And that is where we're going to end for today, folks.
We're indoors.
Tales from the 20side is a Fiegel Films production in association with Juicy Falls. Music by Nazar Ryback from hooksounds.com. Editing by Stu Jackson. Find us on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram by searching Tales from the 20side or by visiting talesfromthe20side.com.
Finally made it to Digby's.
Yay, avoiding combat.
You're on your own, being chased by a grey wolf.
Yes.
You guys have done really well navigating the Howling so far. Like, I'm very proud of you for taking all of Ringgear's advice to heart about not causing a disturbance.
Well, I think as a GM, you've scared the shit out of us so much with this entire time.
I've just been. We're supposed to be slaves, so
Yes. As we're told.
you know anything other than just acting like a slave would be drawing attention, wouldn't it?
Well, I think once we start a fight, that will be the fight that we'll be fighting all the way until we either get out alive or don't.
Do you know the really funny part about this?
What's that?
Like, Alwyn's been playing about with, come along, slaves. You're not slaves yet, not until we get the paperwork.
No.
Although
I'm getting into character.
Yeah, but we're in this. We're still passing through, aren't we?
Yeah, but we're not posing as those
Did
people
Joran
yet.
come in with us?
Yorin is coming with
Yeah,
you,
yeah.
yes. I mean, Yorin is following his master's command. That's an interesting thing we're going to have to address as well. Like, Olwyn is technically owning a slave right now.
That's not how Alwyn sees it. I mean, he was very clear, like, no, you don't call me sir. It's,
But if you wanted to get your money, you could sell him.
Technically, yes, but then if you're gonna buy a slave to free them, there's always going to be that period of time when you technically own
Chris,
them.
you've not made that clear to him though. Like,
Not
he
yet.
thinks that he's still a slave.
Wasn't going to do that out in the street because, Alwyn is stupid, but he's not that stupid.
Fair
But
enough.
you might be able to make a profit because he came with a bad reference as being more trouble than he's worth. You could sell him and say he's a very good slave.
Well, Alwyn
Or it could be
and
used as,
Otto
like,
can have that
cannon fodder.
conversation.
It's very expendable.
Go down there and
Yeah.
see what's there. That's that man over there with the mirror on his face. Go and say hello to him.
Yes.
Yeah. Alwyn's going to have words, I think.
Go and ask him what he's looking at.
Yeah.